What's up, TikTok family? This is technically gonna be like my first time at a true crime story. But this is a real true crime story that hits close to home, and it took place in my city. I live in Warren, Ohio, Trumbull County, not Warren County down south. A lot of people get those confused. That's southern Ohio. I'm in northeast Ohio, Trumbull County. That's the Tribune Chronicle newspaper behind me. Right here is Danny Lee Hill, him and his co-defendant. His buddy at the time was Timothy Combs. They did something very horrendous. What I'm about to talk about is a touchy subject, and I'm gonna use a certain wordplay to try not to make it be as graphic, but I'm just letting people know. I'm actually gonna try to sit like this so it doesn't show their face no more, because I feel like they don't deserve it. This man was like the boogeyman to me as a kid in the 90s. My mom would always say, "You don't want to end up like Raymond Fife. You better use that payphone to call me. You better walk in groups of 2 or 3. You better be home before them street lights come on." So, before I go into the story here, how I know is my mom and dad went to school with these people of this same friend circle. I've also read online, and I read on the LexisNexis on the GTO tablet in prison. I looked the case up because I was that curious, because I grew up thinking about this. So, on September 10th, 1985, he was riding his bike. Poor Raymond was. And he went on his way to Boy Scouts on the west side. And, over kind of by, Palmyra Road. But he cut through a trail that he's not used to cutting through. And he was just trying to get a shortcut. And he ran into Danny Lee Hill and Timothy Combs. So they was bullying him, calling him racial slurs. They start beating on him. And mind you, they only know all this because Timothy ended up telling them mostly everything during a confession, which became a huge deal later on in court because they were young, and it's something to do with the one parent wasn't there, but they got it videotaped and all this different shit. They're still trying to use it to this day. That's what this is behind us, is saying that now Dennis Watkins, which is one of our prosecutors, I've actually seen his name on my cases, he restored for this dude to get put down. And he acted like an animal, so fuck him. When this took place, they bullied him, beat him up, took his bike, but at some point, Danny Lee Hill took it way further. He SA'd him, did some things that he shouldn't have. He raped him, and he even tried to bite off his member, which is partially how they connected the case, was with a bite mark. But it all started because he became a suspect for 2 ways. Number one, Timothy was riding a bike around the neighborhood, so they already kind of started looking, saying, "Hey, dude's missing. That's his bike. How'd that happen?" While that was still going on, Danny Lee Hill, being that he was in special ed classes and had an IQ of 63, walked into the police station and asked about the $5,000 reward. Made himself a huge suspect. During this time, my dad and them was saying around the school if they could figure out who did it, he would come up missing. Because for 3 days they were trying to figure it out, and it shocked our community. My dad and his friends was saying if they could figure out who did it, they would give him a taste of his own medicine. Once he got arrested, they never realized they was sitting right next to him in the lunch cafeteria that whole time. I wasn't going to go into the detail, but I figured I might as well, even though it's like the end of the story. They not only beat him up, bullied him, and did what they did, but they tried to bite, his member off. Then on top of that, it said that they was putting sticks places, and then it said that they used his own underwear to attempt to unalive him and take his breath. They found him hanging that way on a tree, still alive, barely though, and they also lit him with lighter fluid. Someone heard the screams. They came to his aid, but it was too late. By the time they got there, he was already out of it. He never recovered consciousness. I think it said he passed 2 days later or the next day. But yeah, I almost left that part out. I figured I already went this far. I might as well tell y'all what happened. Now you can understand why this angered our community. You can understand why I just said this dude could, he's a POS, and I don't care if he rots in hell. I myself believe in God. I'm a Christian, even though people might not believe that because of the way I act sometimes and don't walk that walk. But I believe people could be forgiven for things, even serious things, if you ask for it and try to change your life, to change the direction of your life. But I believe in a heaven and a hell, and if anybody would go there, it would be this dude, because that's like some monster stuff. Try to think in your mind if you as a human being could do that to another person, let alone a kid. I'm not talking about unaliving somebody in some street beef with your ops, which that's not okay neither. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's not the same level of someone unaliving someone. This is different, like torturing somebody that did nothing to you and not caring that what you're doing to them is going to take their life in the worst way possible, and it was for no reason. When you think about it like that and you put yourself in his mom's shoes, I got 3 kids now. If I had found out something like this happened to one of my kids, I would not be sitting here talking to you right now. If they was in prison, I still would not be sitting here talking to you right now, because I would purposely be trying to get in there to find them. And then I'd probably stay there the rest of my life. As crazy as that sounds, as a parent, if someone did this to my kids, you're going down too. It's as simple as that. All right. Now till the next video, stay safe, stay free, stay blessed.